for a chance encounter, and Rud Assenganó, Paddy, as we'd say ourselves, a strange encounter. A New York team playing in the TG4 Junior All-Ireland LGFA Championship for the first time in 4 years, since 2014, and they're coming on their maiden voyage over the Atlantic to West Belfast, who've been very welcoming to them in the last few days, especially the crowd here in Davit's GAA. Beside me today, Paddy McBride, a wonderful footballer for Antrim, so he told me himself. I've heard he's good, all right. I haven't seen him. His girlfriend plays with the Camogie team with Antrim as well, and he'd know some of these girls very well, so he'll go through the Antrim team with us in a minute. And myself, well, as the manager for Antrim, Emma Kelly, said, an unknown quantity here in New York. Getting a bit of information here in the background about them, but we really don't know what they're like. A few interesting footballers there, could be very good today, but we don't know. We'll have a look at them, I suppose. We'll go through the teams anyway, and we'll start with Antrim. Anna McCann in goal. There's a few changes for Antrim. The first one is Joanna Coleman, she's out. Number 2 is gone, and Maria McKenna, number 21, in for her. Full-back Aisling McFarlane and Niamh McIntosh making up the full-back line. Maeve Mulholland, Saoirse Tennyson and Sarah O'Neill in the centre-back line. And in midfield, Claire Emerson and the captain last day, Anya Tubridy. Gary McLaughlin is out at number 10 and scored 4 points against Limerick last week. And in for her is Megan McCarry. Kathy Carey, today's captain, in at number 11. She got 3 or 4 points herself against Limerick last week. And Maria O'Neill at number 12. In full forward then, Brona Devlin, Orla Prenter, who played very well, scoring some very influential points there in the last few minutes of the match against Limerick, in at full forward. And the last change there, Caitlin Taggart is out. And Anya Devlin, number 17, in for Antrim today. So Paddy, any thoughts on this Antrim team? You know a lot of these girls yourself.
Yeah, it's just, as you can see, like a lot of the girls will be from Moneyglass, and you have a few from St Paul's team as well. Both of those teams are there.
Stop there for the national anthem. Star-Spangled Banner there, not often heard in Belfast, and we'll have our own Avia now. Sorry, Paddy, you were saying there I wasn't expecting the Star-Spangled Banner to be put out there.
No, I was just saying about the amount of Moneyglass girls on the team. You can see after being senior champions last year that they're producing a lot of good players, but I'd say the charge will be led from centre half back by Saoirse Tennyson. She's very good, sort of like a general at the back line, and with a lot of driving runs forward. And then you have the likes of Kathy Carey here with like a cool head on the ball, probably try and orchestrate a lot of attacks from the centre half forward position.
Yeah, she's a brilliant player, that's for sure. Today's captain, Kathy Carey. We go through New York very quickly as well, if the graphics are stood up. Unchanged from the 15 you'd have seen there under the management of Laura Wynne this afternoon. Mairead Timain in goal, only 16 years of age. I think the youngest person out there in the pitch today, definitely the youngest from New York. Anyway, Aoife Mathers at number 2. Aoife Mathers, 7 brothers playing for New York at different levels. And herself playing today for the ladies team. Sarah Roach, Kiva Moore making up the full back line. Centre-back Lauren Radican, Ciara O'Neill, Sinead McGorty. In midfield, Margaret Brady, Megan Fitzpatrick, Paula Clark, the vice-captain, Emma Farley at number 11, Courtney Traynor at number 12, from the famous Traynor family, big J family in Monaghan, especially her father. And then Marie Dargan, number 13, 14, Kelly Brady in full forward, and the captain, Kelly Keating. We're off here. Our referee today, Angela Gallagher, throwing in the ball, and the first chance falls to New York. They're crowding the centre here, falls into the hands there of Emma Farley, who is tackled with, I think, a hand over the shoulder there. She puts a quick ball in, showing intent here, New York, in the first few minutes. Controlled nicely there by the full forward, Kelly Brady. Sends a ball and picks it back. A bit of space inside the D. A shot in, but against a bit of a wind blowing here from left to right. Going to be a bit difficult. Kathy Carey, as you were saying, Paddy, already the whole way back there, collecting ball. And Antrim breaking up the pitch. Nice crowd here today in West Belfast. They've done a great job. The pitch looks great. It's an exposed enough place here halfway up the hill, isn't it? It's always a bit windy, and that wind is blowing from left to right, so it will put in the New York girls more so this half. Nice high ball in here, plenty of space. Running out to it is who else but Orla Prenter. Orla scored 2 points last week, and she cuts inside very easy there. There's the space here, and I think, well, is there a free there? There's not, collected by a New York girl. I see, I think Lara Johansi in there already, but anyway, we'll come back and have a look at that. One of the subs is definitely on is Anya Devlin. She has possession of the ball now, works it back here to Anya Tuberty, who's ever busy on the ball. But well done by New York. They collect, they're defending in droves, and even back there is their corner forward, Kelly Keating, today's captain, who puts a lovely ball in. It doesn't fall to New York girl originally, but falls to one eventually, and a bit of space here now. One New York girl inside if she can pick her out, but she'll go herself. Lovely work here from Courtney Traynor. Courtney Traynor fouled. Well, she did brilliantly there, getting the ball up under serious pressure. There's 2 Antrim girls there in the back. Mark, and the only woman from New York, is up forward, and that's Kelly Brady. And Courtney Traynor, dad from Monaghan, doing very well there, showing great speed up from the 45, winning the free, and the first chance will fall now to Kelly Brady. Ex-international soccer player for Ireland, came over here to play, but out of the hand, not doing so well that time. Again, that wind is putting in her. I'm sure she's nervous, a bit of jitters. A great player, born in America, family from Monaghan, I believe, originally, and spent a bit of time over here, plays soccer in Connecticut in university at the moment, but just out of the hand, poor there in the first wide. A nice high ball, showing the wind there, distance on that ball, incredible distance, and falls here to Hansi. Hansi puts it to the right as wide. Well, good to see her playing. She wasn't named, and I think New York were wondering would she be playing today, and we weren't told she'd be starting, but she definitely is starting there at number 24. I'm not sure who she's replaced, and we'll keep an eye out. But her first chance of the day to the right and wide. Lara played great last week when she came on against Limerick. Really picked up the team there in the second half. Yeah,
she seems to have replaced Granny McLaughlin, who's probably Antrim's most prolific scorer, to be honest. So it's big boots to fill. But New York started really well there. 2 great early ball in. It seems to be a tactic, but just a let off from the free. But Antrim seemed another miss here.
Yeah, one off the post as well, but they're coming. I think is that the number 9, Anya Tuberty. Looked like Anya anyway. Goes to the right. And no, over the bar. Lovely point there from Anya. Great score. She's a great player, Anya. She puts her heart and soul into it, and a great engine. She'll be all over the place this afternoon for Antrim, no doubt. And when you need a captain to be standing up, that's what she does. She plays captain sometimes for Antrim. Not today. There's Tennyson there, as you said, Paddy, putting in a bit of work already. Getting hands in on the ground. Does well. Johansson now with the ball. Lara has a bit of space in front of her. She might go left. She will. Maria O'Neill now. Maria not happy to go herself. She'll go out the wing, and chance will fall here now to Devlin. Devlin goes inside again. They'll work it out. They're playing advantage from Carey there, but I suppose she had advantage. She wasn't too bothered, Kathy. I'm not sure if she was going for a point or a goal, but we'll come back anyway. And Antrim will have another chance here to score. 1 point on the scoreboard so far for Antrim. 4 minutes in. New York, no score. Could have had a chance already.
Yeah, they should have scored that free kick. Don't think they're going to put the same again here, but Cathay just didn't seem as if they settled themselves. They strike it nicely over the bar, looked a bit rushed.
Very uncharacteristic.
You can see New York on their kickouts here. They're bunched in the middle trying to break wide, but I think Antrim were playing it perfectly and just marking zonally. You have Anya out one side and Lara at the other, so the keeper should be kicking it wide if that's their tactic, and those two will be waiting on it.
Going to be hard with that wind as well to place it anywhere, to be honest with you. Much stronger than you'd think. Again, from that kick out from Antrim earlier, it went nearly down to the 45. So, chance here now. Falls to Prenter. Prenter with a chance. Great finish from Orla Prenter. First goal of the day falls for Antrim. That's going to be massive pressure on the young shoulders of Moray Tremaine here inside and goal again. Only 16 years of age against a very strong wind and a potent forward line for Antrim.
They've set up lovely here. You've Anya, Kathy, Maria and Laura in a line of 4 across that middle, and they're just ready to collect anything that comes out.
Yeah, she goes longer that time. She's a fine boot and it makes its way up to the halfway line, but over the sideline and over the head of Ciara O'Neill, and Antrim will come again. A bit of loose marking here, which you can't do on Orla Prenter. She might want to go inside again. She cuts out to the right. On the right boot now with the wind behind that ball. I think just going to the right and wide. Devlin might have a chance to collect, and she does brilliantly there. But it just goes out well. She didn't give up there, that's for sure. Anya Devlin tries to win the ball back, but just gone over the line here. And more pressure on Moray Tremaine, who I presume will go as long as she can and try to keep it safe and play safe, especially with that wind in the first half. I think the wind would have been, pardon the pun, knocked out of their sails there with that first wide, and great opportunity there in the first 2 minutes for New York. They're going long. Finally falls to New York girl. They get a chance to break, and it was Kelly Keating who broke earlier, and she's doing the same again here. Now the ball falls to Margaret Brady for the first time. Margaret looking for a bit of space, runs into trouble, but does well, holds on to it, and I think a free, I think a push. There on Margaret Brady. She'll take the free herself. The girl's behind her. Kelly's to the right. She goes back. They play it nice and safe. They go through phases. They'll build up through Lauren Rodican here. Lauren puts it back to Brady. Nice ball in there, but a bit of a hospital pass actually in the end. Falls out, collected by an Antrim woman, and they'll come again.
Yeah, New York seemed to be very good at breaking fast going forward, but once the defence was set up, then the decision making wasn't the best there.
No, certainly not. I think now, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think it's Megan McCarry who hasn't started at 23. I don't think I've seen 23 yet, so it must be Lara Duhansey, 24, started for Megan's position there instead of Groania McLaughlin. Not sure what's wrong with Groania, probably an injury because, as you were saying, she's one of their best players. So push there in the back on Prenter. I don't think there was any need for it. I think it was sailing over the head anyway there, but Sarah Roach, her first free given away of the day. Prenter causing awful trouble inside there so far and very dangerous.
Yeah, she's making great runs. She seems as if she's going to kick the free here as well after Kathy missing that last one.
Orla now has a goal already, well taken goal with the chance, loads of confidence, straight over the black spot if there was one. And a goal and a point now for Orla Prenter, and only 7 minutes gone in the match here. 1-2 now for Antrim, and no score yet, only the one wide coming from a New York boot there. I think it was Kelly Brady there with her wide earlier on. I think Courtney Traynor might have had a wide as well. And that's it. So we come back to Moraid. She's under pressure. There's a bit of movement. She has someone here in the middle. I think that's Keating, the captain, doing well, collecting ball. She's after dropping back into that position and has done very well. Beautiful ball in here now to Farley. Farley turns. She's put under pressure. She works her way up to the D, and I think just a push there, I think from Maeve Mulholland. New York again against a strong wind. I think they'll change free takers. They will. Give it to the Kithogue. Left boot.
A nice score.
And a lovely score. The first score of the day for New York, and the first score today coming from Mary Dargan. A point coming from her. They changed the free taker, worked well. Nice to have the Kithogue, especially against the wind on that right hand side of the goal, Paddy. Always a safe option. Saoirse Tennyson now collects here inside the 45, works it out to Ashley McFarlane. McFarlane with a beautiful ball, and well worked ball up here to the wing. Lovely low ball in. Prenter again, too much space. Gives it back, I think, to Tuberty. Tuberty with the effort.
Great
She's
score.
happy enough with that. She turned. She didn't even look at it go over the bar. Her second point of the day.
Really good quick attack there. Saoirse wins a kick out, ball up the pitch, another kick pass and a score.
A beautiful score. 2 points now for Anya Tuberty, who only scored 1 last week, 2 already. And she'd look to collect this ball out the wing as well. But with Anya's speed, it's going to be very hard to try to stop that through the centre.
Yeah, great runner. And not only is it 1 or 2 runs a match, she's constantly doing it, so she's a real good engine. Very hard to stop.
She certainly is. Another woman who's hard to stop is Kathy Carey. Beautiful ball across to Duhansey here. She's a bit of space. Duhansey puts it in. A dangerous enough bouncing ball. Collected nicely by Tumain and driven out. A fine boot in this girl over the head of Tubridy and collected here with the number 9 for New York. That's Megan Fitzpatrick, who has her hands in the ball for the first time. Beautiful ball up here. But look at that pace from Niamh McIntosh making her way out. I think there might have been a free before that for New York. So no advantage accruing. Kelly Keating here the whole way back. She's definitely not playing in the forward position. She's there helping to win those kick-outs against that strong wind. Doing well. One of New York's more impressive players. High ball here. She didn't really have many options. Carey getting the hand in, but it'll fall to New York eventually and falls to McGorty. Works its way in here now to Rodican, who's made her way up the pitch. Back here now to Trainer. Trainer with the ball out the wing. And collected by Fitzpatrick, I think it is. Yeah, Fitzpatrick now looking for some movement inside. She gives the ball inside to the number 10, that's Paula Clark. What can Paula do? Well, she can't do much because she doesn't have the ball. It was done very well there from Ashley McFarlane. She collected, worked it out, free then. New York making their way up, but finding it very difficult, Paddy, inside in that 21-yard line in the scoring area.
Yeah, Antrim's clogging the middle up. New York's just running down the middle, right into the whole defence. But Ashley McFarlane was brilliant there. She seems to be playing as a sweeper. Pushed out, stopped the score from around the D, and then she was the one that collected it again over in the corner. So she's everywhere on that defence.
She certainly is. I think that wind probably not helping things either for New York, but
there she goes again.
Yeah, Antrim coming. Oh well, there's Kathy Carey free. It's the last thing you want to do. She has a bit of space, leaves it into who else but Prenter. Prenter with a beautiful ball back here now, and a chance here for Devlin with, I think she'll be disappointed with that one. Brona Devlin, yeah, to the right and wide, had all day to slot that over the bar. Brilliant break from Antrim. How Kathy Carey was left free is beyond me. And gives it back to Devlin, but Devlin will be disappointed now with that. 2 wides now for Antrim in this half with that strong wind, which they'll rue, especially that one. But they look to pick back up. Now that zonal marking working quite well so far.
Yep.
Tubridy doing great, gets across, but ball intercepted lovely there by Ciara O'Neill, the centre back for New York. New York, I think, with 13 American-born players this afternoon, 12 Irish in all, which is a great sign. Not just Irish girls living over New York. There's quite a strong contingent of Irish Americans now on this team, more than there would have ever been. And Farley now coming. Beautiful ball across here to McGorty again. Doing well through the hands here, and as I say, it intercepted there by who else but Saoirse Tennyson. Getting in the way. Lovely hand pass just over the head there of New York girl into Tubridy's hands, and everything seems to be coming through Anya this afternoon. This time it's Sarah O'Neill who bring the ball up. She gives it to Carey. Carey, who's been left unmarked most of the afternoon. There's a lovely ball into Prenter here. There's 2 New York girls back here to try to stop any goal opportunities, so she'll go for a point from outside the D. And
she is causing some damage.
She certainly is, nearly unmarked, but at this stage, Orla Prenter now with 1-2 already. New York have brought back an extra defender, trying to stop those goals, but when she's one-on-one with you and she's anywhere near the scoring area, she can put them over the bar, especially with that very strong wind.
New York trying to force it down the middle again. Too many hand passes, trying to get through a lot of Antrim bodies instead of using the sideline. And that zone marking is working again.
Certainly is. Done well here from Antrim, and they have an overlap, and a huge overlap here now. Marie O'Neill with space, one-on-one Marie O'Neill, and she puts that over the bar. Well, I think she tried to put off the goalkeeper, slid it off the side of the right boot. Maybe the right idea, but execution just a little bit too high from Marie O'Neill. Still a point. New York will have to do something about that defence. They seem to be bringing up the full back line to collect kickouts, but there's no one at home when they're losing the ball. They'll have to be careful. You see Anya Devlin is pretty much inside on the D herself, and Prenter, both of them. If that ball came back in quickly, they'd be in trouble. That one goes over the sideline. Maria Tumain under serious pressure this afternoon against that wind.
Yeah, Antrim are putting 4 in the half forward line, pushing Lara up from midfield. They create an action one for the zone, sort of 2 in the middle and 1 each out wide. So I think New York need to get on top of the kickouts.
Huge pressure coming on the boot of Carey there with another wide. She'll be disappointed so far with her contribution. She's doing well in the middle of the field collecting ball. in front of goal. Not so much today, but we all know how dangerous she can be. I'm sure she'll kick into gear now in a few minutes. Lovely, beautiful ball in here to Kelly Keating. Kelly puts the ball out the wing to Sinead McGorty, who's done well. Now New York coming away, but it's at the D that the issue is. There's 7 or 8 Antrim girls waiting for them there. Beautiful kick pass across there. Courtney has a bit of space. She sends it out wide. Falls finally back to Emma Farley. Emma Farley has a bit of space here. She can go for the chance. I think that one just creeping wide from Emma Farley, but better from New York, more intent, working through the hands better up into the D, and Emma Farley only needed a metre or two of space, took the effort, but just to the right away. I think that might stand better than Paddy Mitert. With that style of play, just work it into the 21 and
yeah,
try to get that just quick ball away.
The ball, they had the ball out wide and came back in to all the bodies. It's just that if they work it out wide, they might get a bit of opportunity down the sideline.
Yes, well, Dehancy coming.
But Antrim are playing it smart. They know against that wind it's hard to score, and the only place they really score from is in round that day. So Antrim with all those bodies in there are making it very hard for New York. Very smart.
They certainly are. A lot of spare bodies here for Antrim as well. And Marie O'Neill is one of them. She collects the ball, gives it back to Carey. Carey's put under serious pressure here, but gets a bit of space. Cathy puts it back here to O'Neill. O'Neill with a grasper of a goal into the top left corner. Well,
Postage stamp.
It certainly was, yeah. Well, she'd missed that top corner just a few minutes ago, and this time a rasper into the top right corner of the net. A goal and a point from Maria in the space of 2 minutes. She'd be delighted, but the marking is a bit lacking from New York. I have to say there in the back line, the Antrim girls seem to be breaking through quite easily. Well, what about that for a bit of play from Kelly Brady there? Kelly Brady, again, ex-Irish soccer player. Showing her skills there with the hands as well. But ball finally falls over the sideline. Prenter again, yeah. How quick, as well. A bit further out, a great block down there. Wonderful block down. A bit of confidence here now as Keating collects the ball for New York. But oh yes, they still have it. They're happy enough with that. They come through the centre. The Antrim players seem to be happy to lead them through the centre. A quicker ball this time in and a more dangerous ball. 2 New York girls there. But Antrim dealing with it well enough. Good strength there and a lot of bravery coming from Claire Emerson, who fell back nicely there and was needed because that was a dangerous situation, a 2-on-1 situation. And Maria McKenna now, who's in for Joanna Coleman in corner back. Her first chance in the ball and a free given away there, but New York applying more pressure.
Yeah, that's a lot better from New York.
Certainly is. Margaret Brady now with the ball. Puts it across to her captain. They do well. Lovely 1-2 there from Margaret Brady. She's put under followed the ball in, did a beautiful 1-2 and collected again inside. She's fit, that girl, I tell you that much. It does well, could have been dangerous there, but she'll take the free. And New York here now with a chance to put double their score. Paula Clark on the right. Paula doing well. 3 different free takers now for New York. Paddy, they're all trying. Paula Clark on the right, Marie Dargan with the left boot, and New York's first free. So New York's staying some bit in touch. I mean, I don't know if it's that much of a strong win, but if New York can get a few more points on the board and maybe tighten up on this defence, they'll be doing well. But she does better there, yeah. Sarah Roche did a lot better. I'm not sure who was holding who there.
Yeah.
But
it's a great foul to give by the full backer, because if she won that ball, it was another goal.
And certainly, yeah, she'd have to get tighter, she'd have to be tougher on her. Orla Prenter's used to getting walloped week in, week out by big full backs, so Sarah Roach doing better that time. Prenter will have a chance to score her 3rd point.
Nice strike.
Beautiful score there. Orla Prenter now with 1-3. Already this afternoon, but as you were saying, Paddy, that could have been a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, good play by the full back.
Marie to May now. The pressure was relieved there for a few minutes, but back to her again. There's 2 New York girls in the centre if she wants to go. She goes out the wing to Ciara O'Neill and feels beautifully. She brings it up to her captain. So much has come between the 15 and the number 8 for New York already today. Brady puts it across. There were 2 New York girls waiting for it, but fell through the hands of both of them and into the hands of Maria McKenna, who does well. Tennyson now. Ball crossfeed to Tubridy, who's been quiet the last few minutes. She'll put a nice ball in, as she usually does. This time it's to Maeve Mulholland. Maeve now with the Durn. Into Devlin. Devlin to Hunsey. Back to Devlin. Not many inside for Antrim. Blocked down. Better there. A lot better for New York. Finally bringing girls back and putting pressure on that 21-yard line. And Antrim finding it more difficult. Will they be able to break, though? They'll come up the far wing. Ciara O'Neill. Ciara's put under pressure. Prentice after dropping back. Courtney again. Her centre back is Ciara O'Neill. Now New York coming through the hands. Kelly Brady getting used to the ball in hand, but she does well. She'll have pace, this girl. She's showing it now. To Hunsey, who is pace herself, getting back. Does enough to put in, but again, I think illegally so, and I think it's 2 or 3 ticks now for Lara already. It's the kind of game she plays, very physical.
See, New York has no one left half forward, right half forward. All their bodies are down the middle, and again, just giving away in the middle. They haven't once stretched Antrim's defence, so they're struggling to score.
And Maria O'Neill to Hunsey. Maria collects again. Maria with a bit of space in front of her. 2 New York girls getting back to put pressure on her. They do. She'll turn inside. She'll go on the right, but under pressure. Puts a bad ball. Collected now by New York again. And Ciara O'Neill has the ball. Coming up through the centre, as you were saying, Paddy. They're good at coming up to the centre, up to the 45. It's after that the problems are. The full forward is out this far. That's Kelly Brady. 2 New York girls inside in the area. They're not happy to give. A strong wind means that they'll slow it down and they'll have to come through a phase and through Lauren Rodican. She puts it out the wing. Stretching them maybe now a little bit, Paddy.
Yeah, it was a lot better play because it went down the right hand side, and then there's less bodies out there, so that's where you get your one-on-ones and you can isolate a player, and she went out on you and he was forced to commit the foul. So another chance here.
Another chance. I think it's Dargan, I can't see, but the left boot usually means it's her. Beautiful high ball, and it will be collected by the New York girl. Will it? Maybe it won't. No, but I think there was a free there committed probably by Maeve Mulholland.
Unnecessary free to give too.
Yeah, 2-on-1. Should make life easy for Paula Clark, who's sometimes the vice captain for New York, one of their better players. Getting Keating the captain for today and for the series. Obviously, New York playing in Limerick next Wednesday. She puts it just over the bar. Snuck in her second point today. 3 points now for New York. They'll be happier with the last 5 minutes of play. 2 points coming, all the points coming from frees today. And 2-6 now to 3 points.
Come on, Courtney! That's it, Courtney! That's it, come on, New York! Come on, Courtney! That's it,
Courtney, the girls here on the sideline saying, putting pressure on Ashley McFarlane. But Tennyson has it. Down the wing now comes Maria O'Neill. Maria with a nice hand pass into Cathy, who's been quiet. She collects the ball again. This time she finds Devlin. Anya Devlin, a beautiful little turn there. She'll put the boot through this and give it out to Maria McKenna. Now to Cathy. Cathy hasn't scored all day, but she'll get one here. She'll be happy with that. She's been quiet so far this afternoon, but the radar is still working. And that one goes straight over the centre of the crossbar. Beautiful score there from pressure on that kick out in the second half and try to get some scores on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they need to. That last score from Cathy Carey came from a nice short kick out the ice line from Anna there. Nice quick thinking by the Antrim goalkeeper.
Right, a foul there. Coming from Devlin, I think. To be a name taken. And New York will come this 6 New York girls here now on the 45, so they'll probably go short. They'll take it, they'll work it up. Good bit of space up to the halfway line where there's 3 New York girls. One of them moving now is Emma Farley, if she can be picked out. Goes high, but Tennyson's in front of her, and so is Kathy Carey. She still tries to win it, but illegally so, and it'll fall to Antrim. They move quick with that strong wind behind them. The ball in, but this time with extra New York defenders there. It's not going very far. Collected by Ciara O'Neill. The ball comes up the wing again, and who else is back there but Kelly Keating, the captain. Corner, meant to be corner back for New York, but playing as a sweeper this afternoon. She does brilliant. Wins the ball, brings it up the field, but New York again getting dispossessed at the 45. Tennyson with a beautiful ball into the Hunsey off the laces. She rounds her girl. Will try to round the second and third and go herself if she can, because there's not many inside there. She slows it down, looks for movement. The movement is coming, and the movement is coming from Tuberty. She sends it back to the Hunsey. Back to Carey. Carey now from the 45. If she can get this, it'd be a monster point. Strong wind behind her, but just to the left and wide. 2 wide now from Kathy Carey this afternoon.
Should at every rate to go for it, to be fair. She's a very good shooter of a ball, so she knows she can score from her with that wind. It's a strength of hers, so why not? Good effort.
Maybe a push in the back there, but no, this is the referee from Dublin, Angela Gallagher. It's New York who have it, and I think it's Ciara O'Neill here on the far side. It's a sunny day. It's hard to pick out the numbers sometimes, but you can pick out the small blonde frame there of Margaret Brady. Falls now to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick has a bit of space, puts it in. A dangerous enough ball, but only if it falls into the right hands, and it doesn't this time. 3 Antrim girls back, and they'll break. They break very quick up the swing. Not much movement up. Maybe the Hunsey can be found. Goes over her head and into the hands of Devlin. She's put under pressure and done well here. Kiva Moore gets the ball for one of the first times today. She has a lot of work there with Devlin, but does well that time. Well collected by her. And now a nice shoulder there from a New Yorker. Emma Farley does well. Shifts her player off. Although I think Anya Tuberty might be down here with a bit of a knock there. She's looking okay. We'll follow the play, and the play is in the hands of Marie Dargan. I think there's a free there against Marie. I was looking there at Anya. I think she took a bit more of a knock there than we thought she'd taken. She's still down. We'll be okay.
Understand why they're changing it after 2 scores in a row.
It's very strange. Maybe there's a small injury or a niggle or something. You wouldn't know, but it is very strange. She was doing well. But I suppose Kelly obviously was given the first free and probably is the natural free taker. So she, fair play to her. The confidence is back. She goes for it and scores. That'll do her wonders. I suppose with all the frees, all the scores coming from frees for New York, they'll want to have the confident free takers in the second half of that wind as well.
Yeah.
A nice high ball here. Kathy Carey under it. Not put under too much pressure. She wins. She turns lovely. There's a runner here as well. Well, I tell you, Anya Tuberty seems to be absolutely fine. Anyway, bursting through the centre there into Devlin. Prenter now. Another chance. Another one off the post. And luckily enough, a New York guard is there waiting for it. Well, Prenter, who scored 1-3 already. Well collected by the Hunsey. She has a chance now. She'll be happy with the fist over the bar. The Hunsey there reacting well and puts it over the bar. The woman who wasn't supposed to be starting at all, coming in and scoring her first point of the day. And Lara de Hansey doing well.
Yeah, great pressure put on the New York cornerback there.
Moread now, again the youngest player out there today, 16 years of age, putting a beautiful ball up the centre there, but she had a bit of movement for once. And it falls between the hands of Kelly and Kelly Brady. The 2 Kellys linking up, and it's the Brady one that has the ball. She's just after scoring a point. The confidence will be up. Look at that speed. Runs through the centre on the left boot, and oh my goodness, just to the left and wide there from Kelly Brady. Well, showing intent, showing why she's on this team, and showing why she's an ex-international player with Ireland there. Great speed, works it up, but the finishing touch there just lacking, just to the right and wide.
I don't know if New York have brought her out there if she's come out herself, but it could be a good move because it's hard to get the ball to her in the middle with all those Antrim bodies in front of them. So if she comes out and gets more of the ball out there, she could cause a lot more hassle for the Antrim defence.
She's looking very dangerous. Another girl is very dangerous, the Hunsey though. She has it back to Carey. Now the most dangerous girl of all, Orla Prenter inside. She'll collect again. She'll go on to the left if she wants. She has it. She has the left and the right, this time with the left. And it's this time another beautiful score from Orla, who scored 1-4, hasn't put one wide.
She's putting on a serious display of full forward play here. Left foot, right foot movement for early ball in. Collecting ball, handing it off, taking her own scores. She's been brilliant.
She's been very impressive. She's hit the post once, but no wide. I don't know if that counts as a wide. 1-4 now from Orla, who has been brilliant in this half and really has kept the scoreboard ticking over for Antrim. Bit of a stoppage here now. We just wait for a football. Booted down, 14:29 on the clock here in West Belfast. No buzzer today. Usually there's a buzzer in these matches, but it's up to Angela Gallagher to blow the whistle when she feels appropriate, playing the injury time as well. And she was telling me she has a few people on the sideline making sure we don't run over time. And it's the 30 minutes allotted. New York come now. They'll look for another score before we go in at half time. A ball dropping in low, but dropping into the hands of an Antrim girl. And it's Anya Tuberty again who was the ball. She brings it into Carey and looks for the overlap. Look at the speed of her through the centre. Carey could pick her out if she wanted to. She might go herself. There's a definite foul there with a hand over the shoulder. Carey inside the 45 with a ball in. A dangerous ball. Does it fall to Devon? It does. She could have fisted it, and she's taken down there. I suppose no option for Murray to main there. I don't know if you could call that as charging, or well, I suppose you have to stay on your feet, and she did come off the feet, Murray, so we'll have a penalty here by the looks of things.
Just going to ask if it was charging or what the umpire thinks.
Yeah, I think if Murray had maybe stayed on her feet and fell back, it would have been, but I think because she jumped across her, I think there's no option.
The arms came around her as well.
Yeah, they certainly did, and Orla Prenter now, who has 1-4 already, will definitely look to score a third here for Antrim. 3-9 to 4 points might be a bit of an unassailable lead here. She steps up. Oh, and off the crossbar and over the bar from Orla Prenter. And that's the final action here. Angela Gallagher blowing up the whistle here. Only 1 minute of extra time being played, and a very unlucky Orla Prenter there, who hits the post for the second time. A crossbar and over the bar. 1-5 coming from Orla this afternoon. Maria O'Neill scoring a goal and a point as well in the space of 2 minutes, and Anya Tuberty, who has been brilliant, especially in the first few minutes of this match, scoring 2 points as well. 2 points coming from Paula Clark at number 10 from New York, Marie Dargan as well, and a fourth free then from Kelly Brady after 2 wides, meaning it leaves us at 2-10 to 4 points here at half time. We'll be back with you at another 10 minutes, I'd say, Paddy, so grab yourselves a cup of tea or some sunshine and come back to us. Any thoughts, Paddy, before we go on performance, or what New York might need to do to try to salvage a victory or a draw here?
I think they need to sort out and maybe make a change and put someone else or the best marker on Orla Prenter, even if it means it's a nippy forward, someone to come back and deal with her, because even if they get a score, she seems to be just returning it on the other end straight away. So if I had something to fix for New York, it would be that, and then to try and work the wings a wee bit more instead of running down the middle. But Antrim's playing this to perfection at the minute.
Very good. So that's it from us. If you're watching in Belfast, enjoy your cup of tea. If you're watching in New York at 9:30 o'clock in the morning, enjoy your cup of coffee. We'll be back to you in 10 minutes' time. Well, Fáilte Harnash, you're very welcome back, Achorda, to the TG4 Junior All-Ireland LGFA Championship match here. Group B, round 2 match. For those of you who missed out on last week's first match, there's only 3 in this group. The top 2 will go through to quarter-finals. The bottom team to a relegation battle. I'm not sure if New York will have to travel back if they're in that relegation battle. But Limerick, the other team in this. And Antrim beating Limerick by only 2 points last week in Brough. Very tight match, 12 points to 1-7. So Antrim on top of the division. And New York, this is their first match. They're playing Limerick next Wednesday. Antrim playing poorly enough in the first half. They really kicked into gear in the second half. And New York hoping they don't have another gear this afternoon, because they'll be looking to ratchet up a few gears themselves. Strong wind with them now, again blowing left to right. It hasn't let down. If anything, it might have gotten a bit stronger. It will help New York in this second half. They'll have a big burner, a big gap to close in on, but I don't know, Paddy McBride here, my co-commentator this afternoon, can it be done?
I don't think so. But I'd say if the wind may play a factor in maybe some scores, but I think with this lead, Antrim should be smart enough to hold on. I see Michelle McGee's starting the second half, so I can't say he's off yet, but she's a great player. She is a real good netballer. She's in midfield.
Beautiful ball into Prenter now. They're coming quickly through O'Neill. O'Neill.
Some goal.
Well, what about that for a start? Maria O'Neill with her second goal of the afternoon, straight from the off. A beautiful ball from Duhansi, I think it was, sending it into Prenter, who was so dangerous in that first half. And I suppose, Paddy, those tall women in midfield will make life a lot easier for them for their kickouts against the wind. And they did well there to win that throw-in. And a goal straight from the off. Tennyson now with the ball. Saoirse with intent there, gives it to Johansi. She looks for the ball again on the D, but a centre-back effort there to the right and wide, and the poor lads with the T down the corner getting a bit of a shock there. So Saoirse with a wide there coming for herself. So her first wide of the afternoon. Yeah, a lot of height there now in the centre of the pitch for Antrim. New York will have to look for a bit of space here. There's a bit of space out the wing here. Beautiful ball floating out there to Ciara O'Neill. She connects. She's put under pressure, legally so, and she's a chance in her own 45. Brings it up here to Kelly Brady. Kelly brings it to her captain, Kelly Keating. The two Kellys linking up, and not for the first time this afternoon. Beautiful ball back again to the other Kelly. She's under pressure now, but look at that speed there. Lovely fist over here to the substitute for New York, who's just on the pitch. That substitute is Sorcha Nivreanon. Sorcha putting it straight into the hands of Anna McCann. Had a great effort there, the substitute. But this one just falls into the hands of the Antrim keeper. But New York coming again. They're not lying down. They've nothing to lose now. High ball coming in there from Kelly Keating again, but this time running over the head of everybody. And Anna McCann has her first kick out against that wind. It'll be interesting to see how New York set up for this. They're in no hurry clearing out the 21 anyway. I think they're going girl for girl. They are. Maybe looking to snuff out the short ones as well. But again, that height in the middle will work for Antrim, but they don't get the first one. Kelly collects the ball here. Kelly Keating now. Nice little jink from her. Sends it back to the second Kelly. Kelly Brady.
I see Jenna Coleman's in front of him as well now. We're in number 2. Real good young player coming through as well. So must be another change in the back line.
Yeah, Joanna is very good. A good man marker. Antrim break. I think the goal scorer there, Maria O'Neill with the ball. This time she knows Joanna herself. And New York now looking dangerous. A ball in, falls under the legs of everybody. I think a push coming there from an Antrim hand. No, a New York hand there.
Yeah, free out.
The ref having a word here. I'm not sure. I didn't see that myself, Paddy, what happened. But
it's the Antrim were getting the ball just before and to just sort of try to wrestle their way around to the ball.
Marie Dargan here, who has a point for New York. Getting a talking to, getting the name taken.
Oh, yellow card.
Yellow card. Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't see that myself now, but something happened there.
Unless they said something out there, but I don't think it was worth a yellow card. Like,
so
it was harsh.
Marie has a yellow. That won't make
a big blow for them, being down by this many, and and needing to come back and one of their forwards going off.
It certainly is, but now putting in a Margaret Brady there, who does very well to get back. Very fit girl. She does well here. Serchan Ivreanon, who had the goal chance earlier, sending a high ball in there, but it's collected by Niamh McIntosh. Niamh with a fine ball up there and collected by Joanna Coleman, who's fresh legs, but she loses it. And I think it'll fall to New York girl. No. Yeah, New York ball here. Paula Clark has 2 points. Doesn't go for a point from here, even with that strong wind. She's not that good. So it's back here now into, again, Serchan Ivreanon, who's had a lot of this ball in the second half.
Yeah, she's had a bit of an impact already, hasn't she?
She certainly has. She'd be maybe disappointed she couldn't convert that goal, but did well to create the goal opportunity as well. Captain now, Kelly Keating, has the ball. Kelly turning, twisting. Antrim putting huge pressure here on New York. They've pushed that defensive line out from the D up a bit more. And collected again by Serchan Ivreanon, who loses it eventually. Antrim now breaking a wave. 5 girls coming up the far wing here together. And look at that for pace. Anya Tuberty now with her own pace as well, coming through the centre. She looked for Duhansi. And she looked for it again. Laura going herself, I think. Is that a score? No, I think maybe just to the right and wide, is it? I think there's a bit of a discussion here, what?
Yeah, they
the flag finally goes up. I think it was it Lara in the end?
Yep.
No, with a great score there, her second of the day. She'd be happy with that. Well, New York now with definitely a mountain to climb. They needed a response here, but it was Antrim that gave the response in the first minute of the match with that quick goal, and another point there coming from them, making life very difficult now in New York.
Antrim have real strong runners. You can see Anya Tuberty's running, someone's running ahead of the ball. She makes a run, even if she's not getting it, she continues it, doesn't stop. And when she does that, she's bringing New York defenders away with her, so Antrim can continue their attack. If she stopped, then the girl could tackle. So her running's been a big factor in Antrim's attack.
Ball coming out the wing, but coming too far. The wind catching it as well, and goes out the wing here. And there's 3 Antrim girls in the centre looking for it, and no one picking them up. But it doesn't need to be. I think maybe blocked down within the 10 yards there, but happy to play away there in New York. And Kelly Keating has the ball. Kelly looking for somebody up the wing. There was nobody there. They'll go through the hands and they bring it up through Megan Fitzpatrick. She does well. Out here to another substitute, Madison Donahue inside there at number 17, but they lose the ball. And again, as you said, the engine herself, Anya Tuberty, boots it up the field. The ball there to number 13, Brona Devlin, who wasn't prepared for it, but collected here now by Marie O'Neill. She sends it back to Prenter. Beautiful ball across, can be finished there, and finished with the fist.
What a goal.
Very simple, 1-2, 1-2, right up the field. But great, you need fitness for that kind of work as well. New York girls not falling back in time. An easy fist into the goal, unstoppable there. Mairead Tremaine.
Marie O'Neill is just so dangerous when she starts running.
She
runs with such intent, going towards the net, but here we go, New York.
Yeah, Kelly Brady now with a chance. Kelly on the left. Kelly with a chance. Oh my goodness, just over the crossbar there from Kelly Brady. 2 wides. Was it?
Wade, yeah.
I thought that was a point.
Umpire give it Wade.
I could see a point from here now. I'm sure you could see as well. A good angle here on the camera, but it's
yeah, I think it was over too. That had to go in the net.
It certainly did. It certainly did. Kelly Brady now with 2 definite wides and 1 possible wide. And a point as well, but showing how dangerous she can be in a one-on-one situation. Antrim might want to have to watch that.
Aislinn's been such a cool head in the back line as well for them. Short kickouts, interceptions, tackling. She's been brilliant.
She certainly has. And Anya Tuberty now sends a lovely ball into the Hansi, who has a bit of space. She'd send a lovely ball in here to Brona Devlin, who's really unmarked, has a chance here, rifles that one, I think, over the bar. Yeah, a point for Brona Devlin, her first score of the day. 1 wide and 1 score for her, but really left unmarked. New York will have to do something here. I don't know if it's tired legs or the tactics there, but there seems to be a lot of spare women for Antrim in their forward line this afternoon. Ball runs out over the head of everyone again. Second time it's done that. Lara with the ball. Come up here in waves, Kathy Carey, who's been quiet so far in the match. as well. A girl who definitely hasn't been quiet today is Prenter. She has the ball. A beautiful boot here again to an unmarked Maria O'Neill. She sends a fist in and a chance here now. Great save there coming from the 16-year-old goalie Murray Tremaine. But Brona Devlin has the second chance, rifles it into the back of the net. A goal and a pint coming from Brona now in the last few minutes. We might have a free out, but I don't think so. I think that was all fair enough. Maria, very brave, coming out and making the save. But it falls right back into the path of Brona Devlin again, who rifles it into the net, and I think that one will be given. Yeah, the score still saying 4-12 here.
Yeah.
That's
great
fair.
feat in the middle again by Pranther. Her and Maria O'Neill seem to have great chemistry. They obviously play for the same club, but great chemistry together again. They can play for another goal.
But how Maria O'Neill is being left free in the centre is beyond me. Now, coming through here, Tennyson. Tennyson now, she's been marked a little bit harder. New York with numbers back finally. Anya Tuberty now with a chance. She's around the D, makes its way to Devlin. Devlin with a beautiful ball to Laura, who absolutely slots it into the bottom corner of the net. Lara Duhansi now, and an onslaught coming from Antrim. Wind or no wind, a goal coming from her, a goal and a point from herself as well in the first few minutes. And between Duhansi, Maria O'Neill, Prenter, and Anya Devlin as well, who with the fisted goal earlier. 3 goals now and a few points coming from Antrim in the first few minutes of this second half. And New York really finding it very difficult. At 6s and 7s in the background. Prenter comes in. There's again an unmarked girl here for Antrim. That unmarked girl is Michelle McGee, and Michelle slots one over for her first point of the day. She came in there at the beginning of the second half. Will be happy with her point. And New York not even really marking at the moment, Paddy. I think, is it tiredness?
I think it's just a bit of both, between tiredness and just they're deflated. Once a goal goes in, it can knock the stuff and clean out of you, and I think that's what's happened to them. And Antrim as well. It's just whenever it comes to a game like this where you're playing well and you get in a lead, then it becomes a bit easy for you, and then you start to play with more freedom instead of caring about the right decisions and stuff.
O'Neill.
What a goal.
Well, O'Neill. 3 goals now for Maria O'Neill. And will be a very happy girl. 1 goal in the first half, 2 goals and a point, and I think coming from her in this second half. It's hard to keep up with the goals now, Paddy, to be honest with you. I'm running out of space here.
As soon as Maria takes off, you just think, here we go, there's a goal coming, or it's either going to settle it up or she's going to score it herself. It just seems as if there's one thing on her mind, and it's the runs, and it's not just running for the sake of it. She knows where she's going and straight to the net. Certainly,
Antrim doing exactly what they did against Limerick last week. Quiet enough first half, and the second half a totally different outfit against a very strong wind. But they'll be used to this pitch and playing against the wind on this pitch as well. But it means nothing to them. If anything, it means they're just going for less points and more goals. Excellent work from Antrim in the last few minutes, and really now New York playing for American pride this afternoon. But they'll have to get the ball first, because Antrim are coming in a wave again. Massive fitness showed again here from Michelle McGee, the substitute. He's done very well since she's come on. The ball comes out to Carey, but there was a foul before that. A hand being held there, so Antrim will go quick. Beautiful ball here across to Devlin. She sends it across to the dangerous Maria O'Neill, who'll be looking for another goal. It doesn't come this time. She'll be marked a bit tighter. Back to Prenter. Prenter now loses the ball. She's not infallible. It falls out of her hands, and New York now hopefully with a chance for a score. Their captain will look to lead by example. Kelly Keating here, and with the ball back to her wing back, Lauren Rodican. She sends a ball, but a dangerous ball over the head of her number 9, and gives it to the other number 9, Tuberty, who collects. And a beautiful crossfield ball there. 2 Antrim women waiting for it. That New York defensive structure being stretched. There's girls again going unmarked inside in the 45 for Antrim. Kathy Carey now with the ball. She sends it across to the ever dangerous Michelle McGee, who's been very impressive since she came on. Kathy Carey only 1 point so far today. I'm sure she'll be mad for a few. She normally scores quite a bit more than 1 point every match she plays. But it's Prenter who has the opportunity, and I think she'll probably take it herself this time. She will. Why wouldn't she? She's no wide so far this afternoon, and 1-5 scored for Prenter, all in the first half. Against the win now on the 21 with the right boot, showing that accuracy again. Another score coming from her. 1-6 now from Orla Prenter.
I think this win against Antrim, maybe working in New York's, working against New York, to be honest, because Antrim are obviously knowing you can't score from the bit of distance, so they're working it right in, and they're already on top of the goal. So I think that it's actually made them score more goals this second half.
I think it has too. I see Brona Devlin going off there for Antrim. I think the number 20, Ellie Murphy, has made her way in. Tennyson now will collect this one over the sideline. That's the 4th or 5th New York ball that's gone over the sideline, and you'd think with the wind behind Mairead Tremaine there, she would be sending it long. But again, as we were saying there, Paddy, a lot of tall women for Antrim have been brought in the second half. I don't think putting a high ball, even with that wind, is going to do much good. So obviously Mairead looking for a bit of space, but not working out.
Yeah, they're using their height to a big advantage, and it's not just they're putting it up between two girls. For example, they have the girls with height positioned in different places where a kick out will go, and the keeper obviously doesn't want to kick it towards any of them.
Yeah, Emma Kelly, the Antrim manager, definitely getting the better the tactic side this afternoon, and the substitute she's just brought in, number 20 Ellie Murphy, trying to show her class this afternoon, stake a claim on this team, who look like they'll be going forward to the All-Ireland Junior quarter-final series unless a miracle happens here.
Yep.
Kathy Carey now will look to double her score. Very rare you wouldn't see Kathy with at least 3 or 4 points in a match. She steps up on the 21 with the right boot, slots that one straight over the bar. Second point now for Kathy. 2 wides and 2 points coming for her today, as the Antrim forwards share the spoils. 7:15 now for Antrim. 4 points for the visitors, who look to pick themselves up in a few days and make their way down to Limerick, down to the Gaelic grounds in Limerick. So it'll be a nice setup for them. They've certainly been treated well by the Antrim crowd, I have to say now, in the last few days, seeing photographs of how well they've been looked after. And again, the club here and the county board putting up lovely facilities, looking after us here. The pitch in great condition. And a big crowd here.
I'd say the girls wouldn't complain too much if they had to go to New York to play, but
could we go out commentating? Be better again. Antrim now, another safe pair of hands there, and falls into Anya Tubridy, who's created a lot in the first half and the second half. This ball falling unfavourably this time. A bad enough bounce, straight up in the air, out of the hands of an Antrim girl, into the hands of Emma Farley, who's played quite well in this match, showing her class there. Nice ball, but just ran past New York girl and falls into the dangerous Kelly Brady's hands. Kelly now, she created a goal opportunity 5 minutes ago, or maybe 10 minutes ago now, and she'd go on the right boot this time. I think that one just goes to the right and wide. She's been unlucky, Kelly. 4 wides this afternoon. 2 of them were goal chances as well. One in the first half just went to the right hand side of that goal to her left, and then earlier a very unlucky wide, because I think it was over the bar myself. But she created that opportunity very well as well. Might just slow down a bit here now. I see number 25 in for Antrim, Grace Shannon there. I'm not sure who's gone off. The 4th official not bringing their scoreboard with them today, so I haven't seen many, or it's not bringing their mechanical instrument with them, so I haven't seen many of the substitute changes, but we'll keep an eye out. Number 12 now.
That's some pass.
Marie O'Neill showing her class again, puts it across. I don't know how Tubridy didn't collect that. She'd collect any other ball, but under a bit of pressure, pressure coming from a New York substitute. Lily Sheehan there is the number 18 for New York. Kathy's blocked down again. Blocked down a few times in this match. I think New York maybe were targeting Kathy Carey all day and seemed to have forgotten that Antrim have 5 or 6 brilliant forwards, not just Kathy. So Kathy getting a lot of block downs in her today, but New York there with 3 girls clumped up in the back line and not sure what to do. The marking has been slack now in the second half, but it'll fall favourably this time. Dealt with it very well under a strong wind there. Sarah Roach collects. And a foul there on New York. So New York, they have the win, not sure what to do with it. Nice ball there, but 3 Antrim girls there to block Lauren Rodican. And they'll do the same thing they've always done, up that far side to Anya Tubridy. Anya with 3 Antrim girls around her. If she wants to give to any, she might want to go herself. I think she's fouled. She is. Foul there on Anya Tubridy, who goes to the walls every match. Certainly doing the same this afternoon. I think the substitute might want to take a pop here. Yeah, it's Eddie Murphy on the left leg. Sounds this might drop low. It certainly does. Wynn caught that one. Dealt with well by the New York full back line and goalkeeper there, and they break out as well. The wind in the sails now for New York. It's Sorcha Ní Bhréanáin, who was dangerous in the first few minutes when New York were putting pressure. Has been quiet since. Another girl who's been very dangerous here is Kelly Brady. Kelly now with 3 Antrim women in front of her. She'll have to go herself. She jinks. She's under pressure here in the wing.
Good defend.
She sends a lovely ball to her number 9, Megan Fitzpatrick, who sends it back, but it actually falls into the hands of Madison Donoghue. Well, a lovely ball finally finds Lauren Rodican, who comes the whole way from her wing back line and scores her first of the day. Beautiful score there from New York. And Antrim, very fit team, aren't they? They're breaking up, but they had just as many defenders there, all making their way back and defending in droves as well here.
Yeah, they're by far the better team.
Now, there was an off-the-ball incident there. Lauren Rodigan, who just scored, falling to the ground. And I think the referee going to have a word here with an Antrim girl. I'm not sure who it is. Is it Anya Devlin?
Yeah.
Now, lovely low ball to Kathy Carey. Kathy collecting. She's put under pressure by her counterpart, Ciara O'Neill. She breaks free. Beautiful ball across, and again, as we were saying, Antrim all defending and now all running up the pitch. 7 or 8 girls and 2 waves running up the pitch. And the first wave here is the dangerous Michelle McGee, who sends a beautiful ball across to her number 9, Anya Tuberty. Anya on the right, but that wind collecting that, bringing it to the right and wide. Well, she might as well try. She has no wide so far today. 2 points coming from Anya in the first few minutes this afternoon. Does well. Nice ball over the head of everyone. If it can be collected by New York girl here, she'd be very happy. No, it falls out of her hands. Madison Donoghue not able to collect this time. Joanna does well. Now, Michelle McGee can go right, can go straight, decides to go straight. Difficult enough angle, falls short, strong wind. There she was at the 21. This is the time to go for those kind of shots.
Nice play.
Does well. Lauren Rodican has played great the last few minutes. Just scored a point. Doing well, collecting, bringing it to her number 6, Ciara O'Neill, who finds a bit of space in the centre, but a bad pass to the opposite number 6, Saoirse Tennyson. And nothing but Antrim girls around her. New York crowding the 30-yard area. Keeping them out there. They do well. High ball with the left leg over, but the New York captain Kelly Keating collecting this one. She's put under pressure, does well. New York will come again. There's not much movement here, but there's a little bit of movement here from Megan Fitzpatrick. She does well herself. She can go over the head as well here to Sorcha Ní Bhréanáin, and she does. Sorcha now with a bit of space. There's movement inside. Kelly's inside if she wants her. She might go herself in the left leg. Well, an effort there, but a bad effort. And Sorcha Ní Bhréanáin now with her second wide of the afternoon, but not much movement inside Paddy at the same time for.
No, and I think the likes of having Antrim are very blessed to have the likes of Aisling and Saoirse in the defence. Just number 3, number 6, real good, strong Spain, but they're cool, calm, collective on the ball, and even off the ball, they're just floating and working themselves into the right spaces just to cut out even passing lanes for New York. So both of them have been pivotal in the Antrim's defence here.
You certainly have been solid, and again, look at that pace from Antrim coming to the centre. No more so than Anya Tuberty again, the engine herself, who does very well, wins a free again. She goes through the wars. She's fouled again, maybe the 5th or 6th foul on Anya this afternoon. It's going to be difficult to score from here, even for Kathy Carey against that strong wind. Kathy, who was 2 wides and 2 scores this afternoon, she could do with a third. I think a card there as well, was there? Yeah, I think a card for Megan Fitzpatrick. Yeah. I'm not sure, was it a yellow, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, coming here, who else? O'Neill with her chance now. O'Neill scores another. 2-3, I think, for Maria O'Neill. She might have had the 3rd goal as well. There was 1 goal there, I wasn't sure who scored it. It could have been her, but she has played excellently, especially in the second half. Ever dangerous. She does well.
It's very hard to stop.
New York now with 14 on the pitch again. And they come through. Another substitute there for New York, Caroline McBride in at number 19 for the New York girls. And Madison Donoghue now coming. She sends it to another sub. 3 girls just in for New York, playing together, working it well. Look at that wall from Antrim there at the 30-yard line. It's going to be very hard for them to do anything with that. Nice ball though over there, heads, and finds a New York girl. That New York girl is Marie Dargan, who's back on the pitch after getting a yellow card earlier. She's fouled, and New York now with a chance for their second of the second half. Well, Paddy, I thought there might be a bit of a resurgence from New York in the second half with that win, but the opposite's happened.
Yeah, I think Antrim have just come out. That early ball on the Oiler Panther at the very start, when Marie O'Neill running through the middle, I think it just knocked the stuffing out of him. Even any thought of a comeback was just buried there. So they couldn't get out of their half a game with the kickouts. Antrim, those tall girls, and positioned well around the middle, and it's just give Antrim the chance now to run the bench. And it's actually a real good sign that the quality of forwards are bringing on. So good depth there as well.
Certainly is. Kelly Brady with her second of the day. Should have been in third, but second of the day from Kelly. He does well, missed the first free, but shows why she's the natural free taker for New York. Slots it away nicely. Big ball here now from Anna McCann, straight up the field, and against that wind, that was some boot, and collected by an Antrim woman in the end. Sure, who else? Marie O'Neill, beautiful ball across, but again, very loose marking here, and loose marking inside again. If they can pick out an Antrim girl, Tennyson might go herself here if she can round her girl. She certainly does, and Saoirse with the ball. Does she put that wide? I think she does in the end. She did everything right up until the end, Saoirse, and she had a chance for a point earlier, went to the right and wide. She might be better off leaving it to the forwards, but she did well at the same time. Niamh McIntosh now. She leaves it to her captain, Carey. Carey, another beautiful crossfield ball here into space. Devlin has it. She go herself? Well, she will. She rounds, she bets it onto the left boot, but just to the right-hand side and wide for Anya Devlin, who has a goal already, but no second goal coming for her. New York have tightened up there in the back a little bit. The intent that was there in the first 5 minutes for Antrim, though, hasn't quite been the same. Although there's plenty of girls who want to stake a place in this team, who will keep going. And Ashton McFarlane, who's hard up the pitch, leaves it to O'Neill. O'Neill now might look for another goal. Leaves it off here for, I think, an Antrim point.
Yep, good score.
I'm not sure who's on there now for Antrim. A great score.
It's one of the Taggarts from Aldergrove scored that point.
Aoife Taggart, number 26, her first point of the day. Kathy Carey now, beautiful quick ball in here. Will she collect again? She won't. McFarlane has made her way up the pitch and is happy now in a forward position. Leaves it to O'Neill. O'Neill with the right hand side, and she sends this one to the right. And why? Well, they're trying things now, Paddy. They might as well. I don't think Emma Kelly is going to give out too much for efforts like that at this stage of the match. High ball, but another one going to run out the wing here.
See, I can get to that stage of the game when you're up by that much that you feel as if you have loads of options, and because a lot of players start to be free because New York are deflated, and sometimes it's actually hard to make the right decision because you have that many options. I think that's happened to Antrim a few times here.
Yeah. Now, Serachani Vreanon, who's played quite well in the second half. The execution hasn't been great, but nice little footballer and showing why she's probably better out the field. Beautiful work there into her full forward, Kelly Brady. Kelly now on the right boot. Well, that's a monster score. If she can get this, nearly falls into the goal outside of the boot from Kelly Brady, showing her class. She wouldn't be happy with her first performance, she'll tell you that herself, but showing why she is playing full forward today for New York. Brilliant work from her. I think roots in Galway and Monaghan. Kelly this afternoon. But born in America, born in New York. I think spent a bit of time in Connecticut. Showing her class. Well, another girl showing her class is Lauren Roddick, and if she can get this one, the wing back has one already, showing her second one, and a beautiful style of kick, isn't it? Kind of with the centre of the boot.
Yeah, and outside of the boot she's hit too there.
Beautiful.
Caught them lovely.
She certainly is. They're high risk kicks, but when they go over the bar, they're lovely to see, and two of them coming from the wing back. So she's showing her class this afternoon. She'll be happy with her performance. 8 points now for New York, who finally doubled their score from the first half. Kick out here, but dangerous enough, falls into the hands of Serachani Vreanon again, who's played very well in this midfield position. Another good midfielder today has been Margaret
tackle.
Brady, but she's dispossessed by Tennyson, who's kind of injured herself here in the process. I don't think she's too bad. We keep an eye on her. Up the field now is Maria McKenna. Maria leaves it to Cathy. Cathy Carey. She collects again. Beautiful crossfield ball to Michelle McGee. Very strong player, booming through the centre again. Leaves it out to Devlin. And you might look to cut in here. She's very dangerous when she does, puts the ball in, but not really anybody there. Collected by New York girl. She's put under pressure here by Eddie Murphy. And New York comes through the centre. Now, Kelly Keating's been quiet for the last few minutes, but she sends in the ball. I think that one's going to run out the wing. If it can be kept in play, she'll do very well there, Marie Dargan, but she can't do that. And she'd have to get back here now and mark as soon as she can. Well, Aisling McFarden was up in the forward line, and now she's back in the full back line, given a free roaming role in the last 10 minutes. And getting back, doing well. Devlin now again. She's Cathy Carey to the left if she wants her. She can go to the right, she can go to the centre. Plenty of options and plenty of unmarked Antrim girls here. One of them is Maria O'Neill, who's been left very loose in the second half, and that hasn't worked out well for New York, that's for sure. Devlin collects. They're not happy to go. Again, that strong wind means they'll have to work it in further than 21 if they want to be sure of scoring this afternoon. Well, Aisling McFarlane putting in a big hit, 2 big hits there at the full back. She's been excellent, Paddy, the last wide, making her way into the forward line, making her way back, giving options in the back line, and showing her strength.
Strong girl as well. It's not someone you want running into you whenever you're standing flat-footed, ready to tackle.
No, she certainly is, and one of those New York girls is down quite badly as well. Hopefully she's okay.
She's a real leader in that team as well, just by the way she plays. Just good tackling in the back lane, drives out of the defence, shows for kickouts, going forward, gives an option, gives the easy option and the simple pass each time. So she's been brilliant today.
How important is it to have that solid full back for the rest of the team?
Just gives everybody confidence, knowing, well, even if you look at towards the end here, the amount of sort of just lazy decision making towards the end for Antrim, you can get a bit tired yourself, and when they give the ball away, it's like for New York, when they put the ball into the forward lane, it just comes straight back out, because you have girls like Aisling in the back lane. Also gives the keeper a bit of confidence as well, knowing there's a strong player in front of them, and not just that they're good at football, but their positional sense, and maybe just staying central and not leaving the goal open. Sometimes it can be good to give a team a point instead of a goal because of how important they are.
Well, they definitely have been solid, especially in the second half today, Antrim. Anna McCann, but not much to do. A lonely figure down there to the right-hand side of the screen later on, if you ever get to pan down a bit further than up here, as we see another score going over the bar. I think, yeah, another score coming from Michelle McGee. Anna's been very quiet inside and goal. I'm sure she'll be happy with that. No goal going in so far this afternoon. She's been very lucky, though, because there have been some good New York opportunities, 2 definite opportunities, but not converted. Another crossfield ball here from the New York keeper. Can't be kept in. Now, who else free but Marie O'Neill? Once again, she looked to cut inside. She does. She's tripped there, fouled. I think an accident, but definitely a trip from Caroline McBride, the New York substitute. And on that tough surface, I'm sure Maria took an old knock there, but she's up again, I think. There'll definitely be a name being taken as well. I'm not sure if it'll be a yellow card. I'm not sure. I mean, a trip is still a trip at the same time, Paddy, isn't it? And
yeah, you know what? I think if it was a tighter game, she might have got that yellow card, to be honest, but the referee might just be feeling a bit sorry for New York at this stage.
Yes, Cathy Carey now. 2 points. She'll look for her third. She has it. 3 points last week, 3 points this week for Cathy Carey, as Antrim finish out the group stage here of Group B in the Junior All-Ireland LGFA Champions. They'll be the happier, undefeated here, so they'll go forward to the quarter-final. Very convincing victory here, Paddy, this afternoon. 7-19 to 8 points. The unknown quantity of New York being well seen by Limerick, who'll face them now next Wednesday. If Limerick win, they will go on to the quarter-finals as well, and New York are out. Any bright sparks from New York?
The girl in full forward was brilliant.
Kelly Brady.
Kelly Brady, she was very good. I think maybe if she came out around the middle a bit more, New York might have had a bit more joy with her running on it, but you can obviously see why they want her in full forward, close to the net, because of how dangerous she was. So She should be proud of herself as well with how well she showed today. She's unlucky not to score 2 goals, but she showed very well.
She certainly did. Lauren Rodican in there at number 5, converting 2 nice points there in the second half. Paula Clark scored 2 as well. Marie Dargan then with 1 point herself. Kelly Keating, probably one of the outstanding ones around midfield, the number 15 captain for New York, coming out winning quite a ball there when New York were under serious pressure. But today was an Antrim show. Great work from the fullback Aisling McFarlane, Saoirse Tennyson, as you said yourself, wonderful players. Anya Tubridy with an engine, and especially in the first half when Antrim were quieter, she played brilliant and scored 2 points of her own. Kathy Carey, quieter match this afternoon, but even for a quieter match, scored 3. Maria O'Neill, I couldn't tell you how much she scored. We ran out of paper. 2, 3, I think, possibly a third goal as well. She was excellent, but unmarked. Brona Devlin, a goal and a point herself. Orla Prenter, who was without doubt woman of the match in the first half, scoring 1-5, 1-6 in total, scoring a 6 point in the second half. No wides from Orla Prenter today. The radar definitely working well, and very impressive as well. It was Laura Duhansey. Lara had 2 points and 1 goal this afternoon. Substitutes did well as well. For Antrim, Aoife Taggart with 1-1. Michelle McGee, powerful force in midfield this afternoon for Antrim, scoring 2 points herself. So Antrim go marching on. New York go south and go to Limerick, and they'll play them on Wednesday afternoon in Gaelic Park in Limerick City. So that's it from us, I think, this afternoon in David Park. Beautiful day here. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for everyone listening to us back in the office. Yvonne, all of the Mac AV team. Darren here on the camera beside us, and Paddy McBride, the Antrim star, football star, here beside me on his first day, I think, co-commentary. Paddy, was it?
Yeah, first time doing it.
Yeah, well done. He knows a thing or two about football anyway, more than me, that's for sure. So thanks everyone. 7-19 to 8 points here to Antrim, and we leave you with the highlights.